Live on 5 News and streaming on 5 Plus, this is a Weather Impact Alert.
A busy weekend of severe weather across the area. This is a look at video captured last night with the latest round moving through Taneytown. It brought large hail, strong winds, and heavy rain. And we're not done with those storms just yet. Thank you so much for joining us for your 5 News at noon. I'm Tiffany Lee here with meteorologist Stephen Elmore. Stephen, we're getting ready for what could possibly be pretty big today.
Yeah, the National Weather Service getting ready as well. We don't have anything confirmed just yet, but you just get a message in from our chat room with the National Weather Service, and they are going into conference to declare that tornado watch. Now we're waiting on what counties will be included, what time it'll go out towards, but that tornado watch is coming here in just a matter of a few minutes. More than likely, we'll have that update coming up here shortly. Now here's a look at current radar out there right now. Pretty quiet so far across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. It's been cloudy, but I tell you what, we've seen breaks of sunshine mixed in there as well. What is also the issue out there right now is that it's very humid. Dew point values in the upper 60s and low 70s already going into the afternoon hours. What that means for you is that there's lots of energy built up ready to fuel these thunderstorms, not only going into the afternoon, but through the evening as well. Again, I don't think we can give you the all clear from severe weather until we get past midnight tonight, going very early into our Tuesday morning. Here's a current look at things. Have a few of these isolated thunderstorms across McAllister right now. The next warnings would more than likely cross over into parts of LaFleur and parts of Sequoia if that next warning were to reach that far out. Something we're keeping an eye on right now. These are producing strong winds. These are producing some large hail right now. When it comes to rotation, not seeing those signs as of right now, but that's definitely in the forecast for today. Again, this is not going to be a direct line of thunderstorms that sweeps through and then we're done with it. It's going to be a messy afternoon and evening hours. Now, what's been upgraded since this morning is the threats for today. All threats will be available, but the one specifically that we're concerned about is going to be the chances for not only a few tornadoes, but if we get those tornadoes, they could be on the ground for a while. Long track is what it's called, but also on the larger side of things. EF2 plus is the verbiage that we're getting from the National Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center. But also the hail threat is going to be a concern for today as well. Not only normal size hail up to golf balls is what we usually get, but also some significantly larger hail. Could see baseball up to softball size hail. That's also what we're hearing from the National Weather Service, and the data, that's what it's telling us as well. What's also been upgraded since this morning has been the chances for some damaging winds. Up to 70 miles per hour will be possible. Again, there are some fail-safes, some issues that we could run into today where we don't see this widespread severe weather chance, but all those ingredients are in place for late this afternoon and into the evening hours. Here's a look at Futurecast. And again, this has changed as well since this morning, and this is somewhat concerning a bit. What you see here is discrete supercells that would give us the chances for not only seeing these to rotate, but also produce some pretty large hail as well. This is going into the afternoon. This is a look at 2 p.m. where we could have these individual discrete cells that could be crossing over into the severe limit, similar to what we have right now in the McAllister area, eventually down the line crossing over eastern Oklahoma into northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. So these carry some chance of some severe weather as well. I think that's why you're starting to see some cancellations out across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. But really the main event where we're going to see a bulk of the rainfall, a bulk of those thunderstorms is going to be late this evening. Here's a look at 7 p.m. These thunderstorms really starting to come together now. And again, these carry the chance as well of some strong damaging winds, the chances for some large hail, and the chances for, yes, a few of those tornadoes as well. That threat is going to continue throughout the late evening hours. Again, I don't think we can give you the all clear until we get very early in the morning on our Tuesday. All across northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and eastern Oklahoma, we have that level 4 out of 5 risk for severe weather for today. Here's exactly what that means for you. That tornado risk is up to that 15% category. Everything shaded in red there. You say that's low, right? Well, not necessarily. A normal day, obviously it's at 0, but even a marginally severe day, it's only at about 2 to 5%. We've been upgraded all the way up to that 15% chance for today. Those black lines mean that if we do get a tornado, it could be on the larger side and it could be on the ground for quite a while. So here's that risk for today. Not only the tornado risk, but the hail and wind risk as well. Those hailstones could be falling as the size of baseball baseballs, if not even larger, but also the wind threat could be up to 70 miles per hour throughout the day today. Northwest Arkansas giving you a timeline here again later on this afternoon into the evening. That's when we start to see those thunderstorms continuing the rest of the night tonight. But discrete supercells we'll have to watch out for soon as we get into this afternoon. Across the river valley, it's warm and muggy out there right now. Once we get into the afternoon hours, then the rest of the evening, we will be dealing with those thunderstorms. We'll break down those storm details in detail coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks for that, Stephen. Well, with that threat for severe weather tonight, leaders with Bentonville schools have made the decision to let out early. According to the school district, buses will begin running at 12:30 for all elementary schools. Middle, junior high, and high schools will follow. The district will dismiss high school drivers at 1. The district says all other evening activities are canceled tonight, and you can go to 5newsonline.com for a list of all those other early dismissals just in Shiloh Christian, Siloam Springs School District. I'm sure there'll be more as the day continues. Also, just into the newsroom, we are taking a live look at the Walmart Amp in Rogers. The Halsey concert there tonight has been canceled due to the possible severe weather. Tickets purchased from Ticketmaster will be refunded automatically. If you purchase from a third-party reseller like StubHub or SeatGeek, you'll need to reach out to that company directly. Well, right now, thousands are still without power after those storms over the weekend. Overnight, Ozarks Electric gave an update saying the severe weather took down at least 17 poles and caused widespread damage. The company says they hope to finish major repairs quickly, but complete restoration work could last into Tuesday. All Ozarks Electric crews are being deployed and additional workers arrived just this morning. Well, here's a live look at the number of power outages we're seeing right now in our area. Washington County has about 2,800 that are without power, and then over 800 in Madison County are without power. And so again, those crews, they are working hard to do that. Johnson County, 461. And then earlier we saw a lot in Sebastian and Crawford County, but thankfully that number has gone down significantly. So again, just be patient with these crews. They're working really hard to get that before those storms later tonight. Well, Washington County emergency crews are assessing damage after those storms this weekend. Crews say the most damage is in the northern part of the county in areas like North Fayetteville, South Springdale, and the Goshen rural community.
We have some localized flooding. If you do come across roadways that are covered by water, we ask that you turn around, do not drive across them. You have no idea what's under there. And we have had some reports of some roadways being washed out already. And so we just ask everybody to be super aware, be super careful.
At one point, over 8,000 people were without power in Washington County. Well, here are some more images that we're getting out of Logan County today. Danielle Wilkes in Logan County says she and her family woke up to strong winds and hail hitting their windows on Sunday. A century-old oak tree then crashed on their home.
Husband got up and went and looked, and he came back and said, "We just lost our giant oak tree in the yard." And I was shocked because it's it's a staple at our house. It's where we gather.
She says all of the bedrooms are on the opposite side of the house from where the tree fell, adding she's just happy that her family is safe. Well, don't forget, you can always share your weather photos, videos, and reports from this weekend. And as we move into today and throughout the week, just text 479-785-5000. Use that number and send them to us right here at 5 News. Well, in Kentucky, residents are continuing to dig out after a series of deadly storms and tornadoes damaged homes and tossed vehicles on Saturday. At least 19 Kentucky residents were killed, most of them in southeastern Laurel County. Gitson Roberts lived in an apartment in London and describes how he crawled from the rubble.
Right here where the green carpet is, that was my apartment. And we dug ourselves out of this between that washing machine and that refrigerator.
According to the National Weather Service, more possible storms could hit Kentucky today and tomorrow. Well, in Fort Smith, police are searching for a suspect after a deadly shooting over the weekend near MLK Park. According to Fort Smith police, 23-year-old Tamante Parks was shot around 10 o'clock on Saturday night on Bell Avenue. Investigators say that they learned about the shooting when the victim was taken to a medical facility. They believe the shooter fired shots from a dark-colored truck and then fled the scene. No arrests have been made at this time. You can find the developments from Fort Smith Police on our website, which is 5newsonline.com. Well, former President Biden and his family say they're reviewing treatment options after he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. It spread to his bones. In a statement, the Biden family says the cancer, quote, appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. Cancer doctors say that there are effective treatments despite the 82-year-old former president's advanced age.
Patients, even who are diagnosed with more aggressive, more advanced stage disease, can live many years and have good quality of life.
President Donald Trump reacted on social media, saying he and Melania are saddened to hear about the diagnosis. Former President Barack Obama said in a statement that he is certain Biden will fight this challenge with resolve and grace. Well, a waiver request to ban candy and soda from being purchased with SNAP is now picking up support from state leaders across the country. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders was the first to submit the waiver to the USDA last month. And since then, 3 other states have followed suit. Indiana, Idaho, and Louisiana have all made measures for the waiver. And now other states like Texas, Utah, and South Dakota are considering it. Well, in our continuing coverage, the budget crisis in Jefferson County moves forward after a judge vetoed a plan that was passed by the quorum court. This comes nearly 5 months into the year. The county still has no budget. A supermajority of the quorum court can vote to override the judge's veto. If that happens, the county would finally have a working budget. Until then, or until a new plan passes, they'll keep operating under last year's budget. Lawmakers passed a state law earlier this year to allow that and avoid a government shutdown. Last week, the quorum court also debated a proposal to provide back pay to county workers, but that plan failed.